Porch pirates are the worst. Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with our YouTube reaction of the week when porch pirates get caught in the act. This is a video by Dr. Insanity, though I have downloaded the episode off of YouTube just for sake of ease and everything. This is a YouTube reaction for Venom, so thank you as always, Venom. And this one seems pretty simple. When porch pirates get caught in the act. At this point, I think most people, mostly everyone, has heard the term porch pirate. You know what it means. Someone who comes up to someone's porch and steals their package off of it. Pretty simple, pretty standard, pretty fucking sucky. Anyone who does this is a piece of shit. And this is where I have a confession to make. I've done this. And I want to make clear, I want to make some things clear here. I don't do this anymore. I would never do this anymore. This is when I was a kid. And I've talked before about how when I was a kid, I did a bunch of stupid shit. I wasn't like one of those partying teenagers and stuff who would like drink myself to death or anything stupid like that, or do drugs or whatnot, or have like, sex as a teenager. No. But I was involved with a lot of stealing. And I've talked about this before, but I had a kind of kleptomaniac side to me at the time. And I would steal a lot of stuff from stores, from friends' houses. And yes, this even included in a sort of porch pirate situation. Now, this was obviously before the term was kind of coined, I believe. And I wasn't taking packages off of porches or anything. And this only happened like maybe a couple times, mind you, but I still really regret doing it, obviously, and acknowledge that it was super fucked up that I did. I had a friend at the time who lived in this very down, quiet neighborhood. And occasionally, like, he was within walking distance, like 15, 20 minutes away on foot. When I was in high school, I would sometimes walk to his house, and sometimes I would stay and hang out and play games throughout the night and stuff. Sometimes I would leave his house at night, and there were even a couple occasions where it was already after dark when I would actually go over there. Sometimes to like spend the night and stuff. But there were a couple of occasions where after leaving his house at night, he lived in a community, I guess is the best way to put it, where it's like they are houses, but the houses were like kind of like a big block of houses all combined. I forgot exactly what that's called. Is it townhouses? Something like that. But it's like a bunch of houses, and they're all combined. And it's like two houses can even share the same garage. It's like I don't know what you would call that, but the point is, he lived in this place, and they had like a communal mailbox thing. Instead of having mailbox at the house, they had like this big block of boxes. You would go up to it, you'd put in your key in your slot, open up your mailbox and stuff. They also had like an open cubby kind of thing for packages, which, mind you, is a stupid idea. But they would put packages there for pretty much anyone. And me, being a stupid teenager who did stupid shit like this, who had an issue with theft and stuff around that time, there were a couple of occasions, again, like only like 2, maybe 3 at most, where on the way home, walking home from his house, I would make sure no one was around, and I would steal the packages. I would open them on the way back, and if I didn't like what was inside, I would just basically throw it on the side of the road and keep heading home, which I think pretty much is exactly what happened. I don't think I actually kept anything from any of those. And again, it only happened a couple times, but I'm being completely open and honest here with you guys. I did do this, and I deeply regret it, and I wish I could take it back, but one, that was well over a decade ago. And two, it's like I've become a better person. Like I said, I've talked about this before. I've talked about how I had this issue when I was a teenager, and it was a number of things. It wasn't even just stuff like this. Like I said, I would steal from the store. I stole like trading cards, video games, even movies in that same regard. Toys, various toys and stuff. I would steal stuff from the store, and there was even occasions where I stole stuff from literally my friends' houses. Yu-Gi-Oh cards. There was one point where I even stole an entire Game Boy. I'm not even kidding you. And the reason I'm being so open about this is because, well, as I've stated in the past, I believe in open honesty about the mistakes that I've made. I've done a lot of terrible shit in the past, and I'm not going to hide that from you all. I'm going to be honest and open because I believe in doing that. I believe that I can't become better without being open about the bad things that I've done. And so I'm glad that I've gotten my act together since becoming an adult. And now at 32 years old, I would never do that shit anymore. Because it's fucked up and wrong. Mind you, stealing from like stores and big corporations and stuff is bad as stealing from individuals and stuff. Porch piracy is obviously a lot worse than doing stuff like, oh, I take a pack of cards from a Meyer or something. That's obviously not as bad. But it's still wrong. It's still illegal. I mean, if nothing else. And I'm obviously not going to advocate for it. So, the point I'm trying to make here is that I understand this kind of idea because I've been there. But I also understand nowadays how fucked up it is, and also just how selfish it is. Like, seriously, you don't even know what you're stealing half the time. A lot of these porch pirates have no idea because a lot of these packages are unmarked and stuff when they take them, and they don't even look at them. I've seen videos of this. They just go up, grab it, and leave. Go back to their car. They don't even look at them. They don't know what they're taking. They have no clue. Because it's not like you see these videos where people go up and take like a box that's like clearly a television box or something. No. It's usually these small unmarked brown boxes or the gray whitish paper wrapping packages. You know what I mean. Plastic wrapping, not paper. It's usually those where it's like you have no clue what's in those. Because it doesn't say. And again, the people don't even look to see if like the return address is like a notable company or something. Because they don't care. They're just selfish and they're trying to get free stuff. And it's like, that's really fucked up for a number of reasons. Because not only are you putting someone else out, when it's like a real problem, but it's like, you also might be taking it for nothing because it might be something that you already have, you don't need. It's like you're just causing problems just to be an asshole. So, like I said, I've seen a lot of these videos, and I've seen ones where they get away, and I've seen ones where they're caught, and I really like the ones where they're caught. I don't know if it's going to be in this like compilation, but there's one video I've seen where a person goes up to the porch to take something, and the homeowner opens the door, and they just stare at each other for a moment. And the porch pirate just kind of turns around and leaves with the package. Of course, the homeowner chases them down and stops them, but the person just tries to leave with the package after being caught by the homeowner. It is the dumbest fucking thing. And it's like some people I've seen try to make runs for, some people are just like very nonchalant about it. And I've seen some people even like will park by a neighborhood and wait for the mail truck to come. Like, people actually plan this shit out, and that's wild to me. That you're actually, like, putting this much effort into just being an asshole. But then again, a lot of people do that, especially politicians. But yeah, so sorry for these long pre-thoughts, but I mean, a lot of it is just, you know, me opening up to you and being honest about shit. But also, had a bit to talk about there just in my current thoughts on this kind of shit, because even though I've done this kind of shit in the past, I very much regret it, I hate it, and I think this is a fucking terrible thing to do. So, yeah. This should be an interesting video, and I'm really hoping that not only are they caught, but they get their comeuppance. I don't know if this is going to be just the video files from like TikTok or whatever, or if it's actually going to have narration to it, sort of like a Daily Dose of Internet thing. But we'll see. That being said, before we get this started, I do want to let you all know and or remind you all that we have a lot of awesome content on this channel. Monday through Friday, we have a plethora of great series reactions. And on Monday, we even do YouTube reactions like this, or YouTube adjacent. Sometimes it's not stuff directly from YouTube, but can be stuff that's kind of in the similar vein. Specials, shorts, mini-series that don't really have a full enough episode count to really count as a full series reaction. Anything like that is kind of YouTube adjacent, and I slip into this slot as well. We also have movie reactions, though, every Saturday and Sunday. I record them earlier in the week, but upload them on the weekends, just because it makes it easier and everything. Plus, it gives every day a reaction. You know what I mean? We're also currently doing a couple Let's Plays on the channel. Every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, we are playing through Spider-Man 2, and I've really been enjoying this. It's an absolutely fantastic game, but if you are new to the Let's Play, I do want to warn you real quick that the first 9 parts, especially parts 5 through 9 of the Let's Play, have some audio issues. It's because I'm new to this entire capture card recording thing, and I had to get used to some stuff with that, and I messed some stuff up at one point. But from parts 10 and on, it should be all good. Should have no more audio issues, no more desynchronization with the audio. But I just wanted to warn you about that ahead of time. We're also playing through Anno Mutationum on Saturdays. This is a donation reward Let's Play for Matthew Vasquez. And I've been enjoying it. It's been surprisingly fun and really kind of wacky. A lot more wacky than I expected. But if you want to know how to engage in donation reward Let's Plays and possibly donate for a Let's Play on the PS5 yourself, check out the video called June Double Reward Month. And it also features a PS5 in the title. So if you do a channel search and search for June Double Reward Month PS5, you'll find it with no problem. That'll tell you everything you need to know about how to donate for a PS5 Let's Play. And I'd love to see what kind of games you would donate for. But, that being said, let's just get into this reaction and see what we've got in store. So, when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. follow the link to the reaction, because yes, we do redirect all reactions on this channel. Even something like this, that's a video already on YouTube. It's just because you know how YouTube's copyright system is. It's shit. It's so shit that any little thing could trigger it, set it off, and I don't want to deal with any possible channel strikes, or even worse, a channel termination. I've had to deal with that before in the past, and I really don't want to again. It's the absolute worst. So, to be safe, we just push all reactions off to another site. I understand you don't really want to do all these extra clicks just to get to the reaction, but on the plus side, this does allow all of you, yes, every single one of you, to get to see the full unedited reactions for free. And this obviously doesn't just count for YouTube stuff, but for everything. For all series, for all movies, all reactions, completely full and unedited, and you get to see it for free. No paywall, no Patreon, and you don't even have to sync up your own copy. It's right there in the video already. So I think that's pretty great, because not every reaction channel can get away with doing that for various reasons, but I'm able to make it work. So I think that's pretty awesome. I hope you think that's pretty awesome. But after you watch the reaction, you can come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts. It will not only contain spoilers to the video, but also just my general thoughts on it and everything, and thoughts on things going on with the channel, stuff like that. It's always worth checking out, always worth giving a watch. And I hope that you enjoy it and can form some good discussion in the comments with it. But all of that being said, thank you as always so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. It astounds me sometimes how people are. Like, I like that this video showed multiple, like, kind of sides to things, and showed like completely cooperative people as well as uncooperative. Because I've seen a lot of these compilation videos, and some of them will just focus entirely on the uncooperative ones, because it's more interesting, more entertaining for viewers. But it's like there's a lot of people who are cooperative, and still there's issues going on. Like with this girl in this. This 23-year-old girl doing all this porch piracy and stuff. And she roped in this kid that she's supposed to be caring for. This 15-year-old kid. And this girl seems like she's almost having a panic attack when she's caught and pulled over and everything. And it's like, she claims she's doing this because of rent reasons and trying to make her rent and all. And it might be true. But despite, you know, putting this child in possible danger and, you know, all the theft, she was entirely cooperative the entire time, outside of, like, just panicking, which, I mean, she definitely didn't seem like she could help. That clearly came across as an involuntary response, and she was just in full panic mode. And, like, the cop could have handled that better, the cop who was talking to her and telling her, like, kind of getting a little impatient with her and everything. It was clear that she was having trouble. It was clear that she was not okay. Yeah, I mean, you can usually tell when something like that is an act. That was not an act. As someone who has extremely high anxiety and has gone into anxiety attacks like that, that felt very real to me. And again, she contradicted herself like 1 or 2 times, but for the most part was extremely cooperative. She admitted to doing what she did. And, like, she seemed willing to accept that. She was just, having a panic attack and freaking out. And because of it, it was the officer, you seemed like they were getting very, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Sick of it. Let's put it that way. That wasn't obviously wasn't what I was trying to think of, but it seemed like the officer was getting sick of it and was just like, I don't know if they just weren't believing it or if it was more of a case of they just didn't care. Definitely not as patient as the last cop in this, who was dealing with the uncooperative woman. Then you also had that that one guy who was working with some woman, and the Amazon truck driver chased him down, eventually joined by the homeowner. And it's like, we can't call the cops on you. And so he just folds and tells where the woman lives and everything. It's like, oh, okay. It's like, you're not even good at being a porch pirate. Not that you really want to be, but, and of course you have the last lady who is just like, my God, ma'am, just show your damn receipt. It'll all be over. Like, she did not need to escalate things that much. There was no reason for it. This guy was so patient with her and was being so kind. It's just like he's telling her over and over, just show me your receipt. That's all I need to see. If you didn't steal anything, just show me the receipt. And she's like, I got a receipt. I ain't showing you. I'm not listening to you. I'm not cooperating. It's like, lady, ma'am, please. I'm just like almost cringing watching that, because it's like she's so uncooperative to the point where it's just completely unnecessary. Again, I could believe that maybe the cops were called on her because of racial profiling and stuff. I fully believe that. That shit happens, and it's terrible and fucking awful. But this officer was being so cooperative. Or so patient. She wasn't being cooperative, and the officer doesn't really have to be cooperative in that manner. I used the wrong word. Like, I'm almost getting anxiety just like thinking about that last clip in there. It's just insane to me. People are going to escalate things like that and just be so uncooperative when it's like, it's so easy to just get this situation resolved. But that's how people be sometimes. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. And just as a reminder, we do have a lot of other great content on the channel for you to check out. Every Monday through Friday, we have a plethora of awesome series reactions. And on Mondays, we have YouTube, or at least YouTube adjacent reactions just like this. Every Saturday and Sunday, we do movie reactions. They're recorded earlier in the week, but uploaded on the weekends. And we are currently going through a couple Let's Plays on the channel for Spider-Man 2 every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, and Anno Mutationum every Saturday. So, like I said, thank you all so much for tuning in. And for now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.